Members of the jury, good morning.
Good morning.
I like the way you sound. Okay, all right. Ladies and gentlemen, let me go ahead and tell you where we are. Remember yesterday we recessed because one of our participants has had a medical issue, and I was telling you about that. Well, unfortunately, that medical condition still exists, and given the length of time that we're going to have to probably address that, it might be just more prudent to recess you and give you an early recess instead of recessing you this Friday. As the court's plan was originally, I'm going to recess you for the holidays today. Okay? So I know you look very disappointed. I can tell from all of you 17 as a group. It's not that bad. Okay, so what I'm going to do is let's go through the court's customary ad nauseum admonitions and the like. So remember, now you're going to be off, and what day are you coming back?
January 2nd.
January 2nd, right. Okay, so at 9 o'clock. So that's when you're going to come back. So you're going to have a little bit of a time to take a knee and reflect and enjoy your families and probably overeat and do all the other things that people do during the holidays. Welcome family and friends and the like. So when your family and friends come over and they start asking you, hey, what's going on with that trial? Hey, you look good. You look good. Everybody's talking about you. What are you going to tell them? Not a thing. What you talking about? That's right. And you can tell them that the dude with the horns, the teeth, and the tail told you not to say anything about anything. Okay, so that would be consistent with what Judge Glanville told you with your admonitions, and you're not supposed to do that. So please resist temptation to talk with your family and loved ones. And remember, if anyone, third party or otherwise, should try and reach you during any period of time that we are down or you're enjoying your holiday festivities, you know to reach out to the court and start meeting room as soon as possible so I can address that immediately. Because nobody is supposed to have any contact with you, additional or otherwise. So remember all the other admonitions. Do not take your notepads home with you. Leave them in the basket. I'll give them back to you on the 2nd. I promise you we won't read them. We'll go ahead and give you new pencils and make sure that you take one of the juror stickers with you so that when you come back, you'll have one. You can get back in the facility and you'll be ready to go on the 2nd. Okay, so remember not to discuss the matter as you are coming to and from the courthouse. Remember, you're not to go visit any of the scenes. Remember, you're not to do any legal research. You're not to look on the internet on any of the things that you may have been exposed to in terms of testimony so far. That you're to only consider what you have heard in the four walls of this courtroom, and only when the court instructs you and authorizes you on that process. But until then, as we stated earlier, you're not to otherwise recap or otherwise try and talk about any particular testimony or anything that's going on in court. Please be mindful that the case has gotten a significant amount of media attention. Stay off of the media in terms of when the case may be discussed, so that you won't violate unintentionally the court's admonitions. All right? Because remember what I told you, how you'll violate these admonitions? You'll tell on yourself. That's right, of course, and you will. So, best not to even put yourself in that particular position. I hope that many of you have decided to come off of social media. It's just a lot easier, at least for the period of time that you're here, so that you don't run the risk of having anybody, third party or otherwise, try and reach out to you, or you get exposed to information that that really you're not supposed to hear. Because remember, you can only consider what is lawfully admitted within the four walls of this courtroom. Okay, enough admonitions for today. All right, questions, ladies and gentlemen. Do you have anything for me or any other in terms of administrative or any otherwise at this point? Okay, all right. If you don't have any questions, that means I'm doing my job. So, all right, okay. Ladies and gentlemen, you have been so patient and so gracious with us, and on behalf of everyone involved with this trial, I can't thank you enough for your continued grace and your continued patience with us. And unless you have anything else for us, or unless we reach out to you, I wish you happy holidays, blessings, and peace to all of you and your family and all those you hold dear. And unless you have anything else of me or anybody else, I'll recess you, and we will see you prayerfully in the new year on the 2nd of January, 2024, 9 a.m., courtroom 1C, okay? All right. All rise. All right, ladies and gentlemen, please be seated. Our jury has left us. Counsels, I was going to also recommend that since we are going to be in an administrative pause, that you take up some of the witness issues that you have outstanding starting tomorrow through Friday. Is that acceptable with everybody?
Yes, Your Honor. Yes, sir.
Okay. Then, counsels, I'll let you all, once we conclude and go off the record, caucus and then see what you wish to add in terms of those witnesses and talk about their availability. Do you have your schedule for the period of time starting on the 18th and going through the 29th?
Your Honor, defense counsel does have that initial schedule that we sent over, I believe, last Monday, or maybe this Monday. I think it was last Monday. So they do have that schedule, so all the law enforcement officers are scheduled, or they know when they can call and speak with them. As to the lay witnesses, that is what we were still honing in on, and of course, given what's happened today. So we're still working on the lay witnesses. I know some defense counsel have identified certain lay witnesses they want to talk to sooner rather than later, but I think we can work the scheduling out so we can make sure that everyone they need to speak to who is available can be spoken to. Starting this week.
In terms of witnesses, since we were not able to get to some that you already have scheduled, is it your intent to continue with the schedule, the purported schedule that you have discussed so far?
We have to look at the availability, given that we had brought them here. If we do change that, Your Honor, we will let counsel for the defense know before the end of this week, because we have certain witnesses that we brought over, I think, 3 days in anticipation that they would actually complete their testimony last week and then this week. So that may change the order of some of the presentation.
Can we do that by Friday at 5?
Yes,
that would be
that's our intention.
That would be the 15th at 5 o'clock?
Yes, yes.
Okay, all right. Counsels for any of the defendants, do you wish to be heard on any matter or anything else? Okay, all right, so you all are going to talk about future scheduling of witnesses and the issues that are related to those witnesses. If anything, you need to reach out to the court, just call or send us an email to myself and Mr. Kearns, and we'll address you accordingly, okay? All right, unless you all have anything else, happy holidays to all of you and your kin. And unless you have anything else for me, I'll wish you all the blessings of the season, and we'll see you in the new year, okay?
Thanks.
All right, okay. All right, we're in recess.